Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to Mic Check, the show that's based on informative entertainment, and we let you know what's going on rather, in the community. And we want to thank all the viewers out there who's been watching the show over the, I guess, couple of years. And today is no exception. A fine guest. I have the ladies of a wonderful organization called Taabar 2, and I'm going to let Ms. Dana Vick introduce everyone and tell us what is Taabar 2.
Okay, Mike. Like you said, my name is Dana Vick. I'm the founder and executive director of Taabar 2.
Mm-hmm.
This is Tina Newman. She is the co-founder and president of Taabar 2.
Okay.
And Ms. Karenza James is the fundraising director.
Okay, so Taabar 2 is an organization that's based in Nashville? Or?
It's actually based in Gallatin, Tennessee.
Okay.
I'm a student at Volunteer State Community College in Gallatin.
That's great.
I participated in their study abroad program.
Okay.
And actually went to India.
Mm-hmm.
And we were introduced to an organization there called Taabar.
That's great.
Taabar works in India to rescue the street children.
Oh, wow. That's
so,
amazing.
yeah, it left such an impact on us, the work they were doing there. So when we got back home, I called Tina up and said, I think we need to do this to help them. So we became Taabar 2.
Okay, so if you could explain to me, what is the purpose of Taabar 2? What is the motivation behind this organization?
Well, Taabar in India, like I said, they are going out on the streets of India, bringing these children in. These children have been sexually exploited. They have been physically abused. They bring them in. They provide food and shelter, education for them. So Taabar 2, we're working to bring awareness and funding to help support Taabar in India.
Okay. This name is very unique. I keep getting back to the name Taabar 2 because it has a very unique spelling.
Yes.
Does that have a particular meaning, or is it someone's name? What is that?
You want to tell them, Tina?
Taabar actually stands for Small and Loving Children. It's actually in their local dialect, their local language. That's what it means, small and loving children.
Okay, what made you want to be interested in Taabar 2?
Well, Dana and I were roommates on the study abroad program, and we wanted to make a difference. We were up late at night trying to figure out some contacts and figure out how to get back. And I mean, you can't turn a blind eye toward the kids. The children there need so much help, and they really don't want our money. They want our time, they want our hugs, they want our love. I mean, they need help with everything, so.
Wow, so based on your experiences with this organization, are you finding that even though there may be a cultural difference between American children and children abroad, fundamentally, children are the same?
They're the same all across the world.
They just want to be hugged, and
Yes.
a kid is going to be a kid.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how many members are in Taabar 2?
We have 14 members right now. That's on our board.
Okay. So, I mean, what's the various functions of the members of the board?
We have our presidents, fundraising directors, one of two, and in different locations across Tennessee, we have people there to support Taabar and put on different events in their location.
All right. Are you a student at Vol State as well?
Yes, I am.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, what are you studying?
I'm studying pre-nursing, and I want to transfer it to a registered dietitian degree and then head on to chiropractic school.
Okay. And you, Ms. Vick?
I am studying child psychology.
Oh, okay.
And I am in pre-pharmacy.
Oh, that's some great careers that you've chosen. Okay, you mentioned your recent trip to India. Could you explain to me a little bit of the process in preparing for like a trip to go to actually facilitate what Taabar 2 does? I mean, what's the preparation it takes to go over there and actually do what you do?
You want to answer that, Tina?
Yeah, we work very closely with the director, Ramesh Paliwal. He's there. He tells us, a couple weeks ahead of time what the children need. If we need to bring school supplies,
Okay.
clothing, personal hygiene supplies. He tells us in advance, and we try to go out and get donations from the local areas and just kind of pack it with us. And what we can't get here, we try to buy it there. So basically, it's a lot of planning. I mean, it probably takes about 2 weeks to plan to go and to pack to go.
Wow,
for that matter.
I would imagine it would take a little longer because,
Yeah.
how long do you generally stay?
Our first trip was back in May of 2010. We stayed about 3.5 weeks. And then the second time we went in December over Christmas break, and it's about 3.5 weeks.
Okay, so when you go, you mentioned you went a couple of times so far. Do you go to the same organization? Do you go to different places when you get there? Or do you go to the same, work with the same group of children?
We try to work with the same group of children. There's a new organization that we haven't partnered with yet due to legal reasons.
I see.
But we basically give donations out of our own pocket, and this is a school in the slums. It's basically a school under a tent on the ground.
Wow.
And it's called Shrestha, and they facilitate to about 50 kids.
Wow.
And they basically come to school that day just to get a chance to eat.
Oh,
So
Poverty is just, you wouldn't believe
wow.
the poverty. When a child actually begs you for a drink of water
That's serious.
on the street, it's very serious.
Yeah.
It's very serious. There's over 1 billion people in India. So the street children are literally everywhere.
Wow.
I looked it up before we came. It's like 1.15 billion people that live in India.
Wow. That's
And you're
a lot of people.
surrounded by the poverty 24/7. You can't get away from it.
Right.
Okay.
So
I mean, could you see in the future Taabar 2 using some of the experiences that you had and the different resources translating to Taabar 2 that actually does the same thing here in the States? Do you see that happening in the future?
Absolutely. Taabar 2 I think will be bigger than what Tina and I had ever imagined.
Okay.
And we get that. We get that from a lot of people. Why are we helping children in India when we have children here that need help?
So that's a question that usually comes up.
Yes, that is a
Okay.
question that comes up. And our answer to that is, in the United States, we have government agencies. We
Yes,
have
I
the
see.
government support. They have, we have welfare checks. We have food stamps. We have
WIC.
assistance.
I
We
see.
have all those
Assistance for the children.
Certain entitlement programs that may not be available.
Exactly.
country. I
Exactly.
see.
They're not available.
I
There's
see.
not, there's not any type of child welfare.
Okay.
There's not monthly checks that people get. They literally at nighttime lay down in the dirt, and that's where they sleep, on the side of the road.
Okay.
the government tries to do what they can, but there's just so many people there. They can't,
Right.
they can't facilitate to everybody there. I mean, it's up to the people to help the kids, and there's just so many people.
Wow. Okay, along with Taabar 2, do you see like other organizations over there as well, like serving in the same role that Taabar 2 is playing? I mean,
There are a lot of organizations over there that are trying to help. The problem with some of them is in India you have to be in operation for 3 years before you get any kind of government assistance
Okay.
as an organization. Well, it is hard for those people to have their organization going for 3 years without any help.
Yeah.
That's
So
the
they
problem.
may last a few months or a year, and then after that, it's
Right, and they just try to get funding from anyone that is willing to help them to get through that 3-year period.
okay.
So
Briefly, could you describe some of the functions that you do, like once you go to India and you make that connection with the children? What's some of the services or duties that Taabar 2 does for the children?
when Tina and I were there this last time, we worked a lot with them with their schoolwork,
Mm-hmm.
their math, their English, spelling. They are very eager to learn. They love to learn. So while we're there, we help them mainly with their schoolwork. We help provide their lunch.
Okay.
We help. It's a very big job just
to
for
feed
lunchtime to happen.
Yeah.
It's a long progress.
You know, I actually went
process
to
for that to happen.
I actually went to your Facebook page, Taabar 2, and I saw several photographs of the children, and I could see the I mean, you know, when I said earlier about children being the same, you could actually see the same expression that any kid from any place around the world would have. You know, a kid is a kid no matter what. And when I saw some of the photographs, you know, it reminded me that children are the same no matter where you go.
Yeah, they're still loud. They still get in trouble.
Yeah.
They still laugh. You know, they like to dance, just the same as the kids here.
Yeah.
They don't want our money. They want our time and our attention and our love. And like you said, there's so many things that the kids can be helped with. But the faculty and staff there also need help because they need help with their computer skills. They need help with their English. I mean, there's so much work to be done there. We need as much help as we can get.
Okay.
We need people to go back with us.
Okay, which that really led into my next question.
Yeah.
As a community, how can anyone who's watching what we're doing right now, how could they support Taabar 2? I mean, do you have, I'm pretty sure you have like fundraising events and things that, did you reach out to the community to help support or maybe sponsor a trip or something like that? I mean, what could the community do?
Well, we have a annual,
The 5K is coming up.
our 5K,
5K,
we have
okay.
an annual 5K, our first one's coming up. And we also have an annual dinner, which
Okay.
we do at an auction.
Okay.
So any auction items.
I see.
And we also go every year to India.
Okay.
At least 2 board members go.
I see.
And people can also sponsor a child. You
Okay.
can actually sponsor a child from Taabar in India.
So if we wanted to like find out information about how the community can support Taabar 2, so we basically go to your website, and if so, what's the contact information?
We have the Facebook account, which is TAABAR 2, the number 2.
Okay.
And all of our events are listed on there.
Okay.
And as far as a phone number, we can contact Dana Vick. Her phone number is 681-4481.
Okay.
And we have our website, which is under construction right now,
Okay.
Taabar2.org.
Okay.
And Taabar's website in India is just Taabar.org.
Okay. Well, I personally would like to commend what you're doing with these children, because, I mean, you know, I feel personally that kids today have a lot on them already. I mean, with a lot of, not only what they don't have, but what they do have. I mean, with the technology and just a lot of outside influences and pressures and stuff that I didn't have. I mean, you know, and it's just a lot to deal with, you know, even from a parental standpoint. So I really commend, you know, what you're doing, and I hope that Taabar 2 is very successful.
Yes.
And I hope you reach all the goals that you want to reach, and I'm excited to have you here to share with the purpose of Taabar 2.
Well, thank you for
And,
having us here.
Oh, it's,
Yes,
it's
thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
great.
I mean, it's like I was telling some people earlier that, you know, it's groups like Taabar 2 is the reason why I do this show, is because I want the community to know what's going on in our community, and we live here, and we should know what's going on. And it's a lot of people, good people out here that wants to get involved with something, but they just don't know what to do or what organization to get involved with. And I think Taabar 2 would be a good start, you know, and you know,
It's
especially.
all about working together.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. You
And
know.
it doesn't
And one
matter
person can make a big difference.
right, it doesn't matter if the child is here or on the other side of the world. A child is a child.
Exactly.
And I don't think there's anything better than making a difference in the life of a child.
Yeah, because even with the controversy of the political controversies that's going on now, the religious controversies, at the end of the day, every parent, all they wants to do is want their child to be successful and put food on the table. I don't care who you are.
Exactly.
You could be living in anywhere. I mean, and it's, you know, basically we all want the same worldwide, and you know, I commend you on what you're doing.
Thank you.
And and I like to have you back in the future, you know, to update what's going on with Taabar 2, and
we'll come back and update you on our March trip. We're fixing to go back in
Okay.
March. So
That's great.
over spring break.
That's great. Well, maybe that's see a spring break trip.
Yes.
It's a long way from the beach, kids. But I want to thank you, and
Thank you.
I look forward to you know, charting progress and see what Taabar 2 is up to. And if you
We
don't
will be
mind, could you
back.
join me in giving Taabar 2 a hand? Thanks again,
Thank you.
and we'll talk very soon.